The silent vegetable trap that most older people don't notice. What if one of the vegetables you've trusted for years is secretly bad for your health once you turn 60? It sounds virtually impossible, especially since we've been told since we were kids that veggies are usually beneficial for us. But the truth about eating for older individuals is more complicated than most people think. As we get older, our circulation changes, our digestion slows down, drugs interact with nutrients in new ways, and some foods that used to be good for us can suddenly start causing problems we didn't know about. Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic say that health researchers say that eating habits after age 60 can either protect the heart and brain or quietly raise the risk of weariness, inflammation, and blood circulation disorders. Picture waking up tomorrow and feeling a little more fatigued than usual, with heavier legs and not quite as sharp focus. Now picture finding out that a vegetable you eat every day could be affecting that change without you even knowing it. That's why it's important to learn about nutrition guidelines for older people. They can help you stay energetic after 60 and defend your independence in the long term. Take a moment to imagine your usual supper plate. There might be a salad or some cooked veggies, something that looks healthy and familiar. Most older people think that just eating more vegetables will make them healthier, and in a lot of ways that view is right. Fruits and vegetables are good for your heart and immune system because they are high in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. But here's something that may surprise you. Many doctors don't always have time to explain this during a short office visit. Certain vegetables affect the body differently after age 60, especially for people with heart problems, high blood pressure, circulation problems, or medications that affect blood clotting. The American Heart Association says that seniors need to pay extra attention to their nutrition since their body's regulatory systems are more sensitive to unexpected changes in the amount of nutrients they get. In other words, a food that seemed safe before may suddenly cause problems when eaten too often or in huge amounts. If that sounds strange, stay with me. The vegetable we're about to show you has been called a superfood for years, and millions of older people may be eating it in a way that discreetly works against their health goals. Before we reveal that vegetable, everyone over 60 should know something crucial about how metabolism changes as we become older. The body's ability to burn calories naturally starts to slow down after age 50. Blood arteries become a little less flexible, digestion slows down, and the body has a harder time controlling some nutrients. A 2023 nutrition study that Harvard researchers looked into says that persons over 60 have quantifiable changes in how their bodies absorb nutrients and control their metabolism. These changes can affect everything from energy levels to heart health. Picture two people eating the same meal. One is 30 years old and the other is 70 years old. The body can process the same nutrients in very different ways, even though the diet is the same. That means that the foods you eat today have a considerably bigger effect on your circulation, brain function, and long-term health than they did decades ago. This is why more and more modern anti-aging plans for people over 60 focus on specific nutrition techniques instead of just eating more healthy foods in general. This is when the conversation gets even more interesting and could open the eyes of many people. Some veggies include chemicals that directly affect how the body forms blood clots. When we get hurt, blood coagulation is a natural and important process that stops us from bleeding too much. But when clotting gets out of whack, it can make serious heart problems more likely, such as strokes or clogged arteries. The Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association say that several minerals, especially vitamin K, are very important for controlling how blood clots. This vitamin is good for most people, and they need it, but for older people who take medicines to thin their blood or stop blood clots from forming, rapid changes or increases in vitamin K intake can make the medicines less stable. Think about how you take your heart medicine every day, yet you also eat items that throw off the balance your doctor is attempting to keep. One of the reasons why nutrition education is so important for elders is because of that concealed interaction. Take a moment to think about something essential. Have you ever eaten a lot more of a certain vegetable because you thought it was good for you? It's possible that you began adding it to your smoothies, salads, or meals every day because a buddy told you to, or because a health article called it a superfood. A lot of older people do just that, and they usually have good reasons for doing so. However, Harvard nutrition specialists say that relying too much on one superfood can occasionally throw the body off balance in ways that you didn't expect.
Instead of filling up on too much of one thing, the key to long-term health is variety, balance, and consistency. Imagine an orchestra that is in perfect balance, with each instrument playing its part in unison. If one instrument suddenly becomes too loud, the entire performance becomes distorted. Nutrition operates in a very similar way in the body. After age 60, how diet and medicine work together becomes more and more important. A lot of persons over 60 take medicine to help control their blood pressure, cholesterol, heart rhythm, or circulation. These drugs can change the way some nutrients work together, which is something that younger people don't have to worry about very often. The Mayo Clinic says that doctors can keep medicine doses balanced and effective by having patients stick to the same dietary habits. Changes that happen quickly, including big increases in foods high in certain vitamins, can sometimes modify how well drugs work. Think about a scale that is perfectly balanced. One side is your diet, and the other side is your medication. The whole equilibrium changes if one side suddenly gets heavier. This is why a lot of cardiologists tell older people to keep their diets the same, instead of making big adjustments all at once. Now is the time that might surprise you. Many older people eat a lot of this food because they think it would make them healthier. However, it is one of the vegetables with the most vitamin K in the world. You can find it in smoothies, salads, omelets, and health drinks. Fitness gurus love it, nutrition websites suggest it, and many supermarket stores even call it a miracle green. But for older people who are on certain cardiac drugs or dealing with specific heart diseases, eating a lot of food without consistency can discreetly mess with blood-thinning procedures that are meant to prevent fatal clots. Next, we'll tell you what vegetable this is, explain the science behind why moderation is vital, and most importantly, show you how to continue eating vegetables safely while keeping your circulation and long-term health in good shape after 60. I want you to think about something positive while you listen. Imagine if in 5 or 10 years you were still able to walk easily, travel, and spend time with your family without worrying about getting tired, taking medicines, or losing your ability to move. Genetics alone do not decide those results. Daily habits, like the things you eat over and over, shape them. The good news is that simple changes to your diet can have considerable effects over time. The American Heart Association says that a thorough evaluation of cardiovascular nutrition found that seniors who eat a balanced diet of vegetables and anti-inflammatory foods greatly improve their circulation health and reduce their risk of heart disease over time. That means that what you learn in this video could really change how energized and free you feel years from now. So stick with me, because in the next part, we'll talk about the first vegetable that a lot of seniors eat too much of without knowing the risks. More significantly, we'll also talk about how to safely enjoy it while protecting your heart and keeping your energy levels stable after 60. The truth about this vegetable might surprise you, and the second one on the list might be even more surprising.
Let's talk about spinach, the first vegetable that seniors are typically surprised to learn about. People have been saying for years that spinach is one of the healthiest foods on the planet. It can be found in salads, smoothies, omelets, soups, and even health drinks that are made just for older persons. Many people over 60 eat more spinach on purpose because they think it will make their blood stronger, give them more energy, and help them live a healthy life in general. And in a lot of ways, spinach is good for you. It has iron, magnesium, potassium, antioxidants, and a number of vital vitamins that help keep the immune system healthy. But here's the most important thing that most people don't know when they start eating a lot of spinach. It has a lot of vitamin K in it. Harvard Medical School says that just 1 cup of cooked spinach can have more than 5 times the daily required amount of vitamin K. Now picture eating that much every day and also taking medicine to help your blood clot properly. All of a sudden, what looked like a harmless healthy habit could silently throw off the delicate balance your body needs to work properly. To understand why this is so important after age 60, we need to explain about how blood clots and circulates. When we hurt ourselves, our bodies automatically make clots to stop the bleeding. This procedure is necessary for life. But if clotting gets too strong or out of control in the blood vessels, it can stop blood flow and raise the risk of strokes, heart attacks, or deep vein thrombosis. That is why doctors give millions of older people anticoagulant drugs, which are also known as blood thinners, to keep blood flowing freely through their veins and arteries.
The Mayo Clinic and the American Heart Association say that drugs like warfarin operate by decreasing how vitamin K affects the body's ability to clot. Doctors can carefully manage how well the medicine protects the patient when vitamin K levels stay consistent. But think about what would happen if someone suddenly ate a lot of spinach every day. Vitamin K levels go up, and that quick rise may make it harder for the medicine to stop clots. The result is an imbalance that many seniors don't even know is going on. Think of a situation that doctors see more often than you might think. A senior patient wants to eat better, so they start drinking a big spinach smoothie every morning and eating a spinach salad every night. This appears like a great change in living from the outside. Your friends might even say nice things about your endeavor to eat better. But the doctor sees something strange during a normal checkup. The results of the blood test suggest that the patient's medicine is not working as well as it used to. The medicine itself hasn't changed, but the way the body clots has. When doctors ask about changes to a person's diet, they commonly find out that eating spinach has made them get a lot more vitamin K. Harvard researchers said that rapid changes in diet that include foods high in vitamin K are one of the most prevalent reasons why doctors have to change the doses of anticoagulants for older patients. Now here's an essential explanation, since this is where a lot of folks get the wrong idea. Spinach is not harmful on its own. For many seniors who don't take blood-thinning drugs, it can be a very healthy portion of a balanced diet. Experts stress that the most important thing is to be consistent and moderate. The American Heart Association says that persons who take anticoagulant drugs don't always have to stop eating foods high in vitamin K. Instead, patients should keep their consumption levels consistent and predictable so that doctors can adjust prescriptions correctly. Think about how hard it would be to drive a car if someone changed the steering alignment every few minutes. It would be hard for even a good driver to keep control. In the same manner, your doctor can manage your medications well as long as your diet stays the same. But if you suddenly change how much vitamin K you eat, it can throw off the balance. There is another, less well-known issue related to spinach that gets more important as you become older. Oxalates are in spinach. Some people can get kidney stones because these naturally occurring chemicals can bind with calcium in the body. Harvard School of Public Health cites nutritional research that says meals high in oxalates may raise the risk of kidney stones in persons who are genetically prone to getting them or who have already had them. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night with a searing pain in your stomach and finding out that it was caused by a kidney stone that had been forming steadily over time. A lot of people don't think that their eating habits, including eating a lot of high oxalate vegetables like spinach, could have caused the problem. Take a moment now to think about how you eat. How many times a week do you eat spinach? Do you add it to salads, sandwiches, smoothies, or cooked meals because you've heard it's a superfood? It's okay to eat spinach every now and then as part of a healthy diet. The most important thing is not to fall into the trap of thinking that eating a lot every day will immediately make you healthier. Doctors stress that one of the best things seniors can do for their health is to eat a variety of foods. Harvard researchers looked at a 2023 nutrition study that said older persons who eat a diverse range of vegetables throughout the week are more likely to have a better balance of nutrients and a more stable metabolism than those who eat the same meals over and over again. Instead of thinking about one miracle vegetable, think of a colorful mix of several veggies that each have their own health benefits. You might like broccoli one day, carrots the next, sweet potatoes the next, or bell peppers the next. This type of food helps a lot of different bodily systems, such as circulation, digestion, immune defense, and cognitive function, without giving the body too much of any one nutrient. For seniors who want to stay independent and have more energy after 60, that balanced approach is much better than trying to find the latest superfood. But this is where today's talk gets even more interesting. Eating too much spinach isn't the only vegetable that can cause problems for some older persons. The next vegetable on our list is one that many families eat at special meals because they think it helps with digestion and heart health. But for some persons over 60, eating it too often may cause digestive problems, bloating, and even thyroid problems without them knowing it. And the fact that millions of seniors eat this next vegetable every week without knowing how it can be influencing their energy levels and metabolism is what makes it so startling. In the next part, we'll talk about this second veggie, explain the science behind why it might cause hidden inflammation or digestive problems in older adults, and most importantly, show you how to enjoy vegetables in a way that really helps seniors live a healthy life instead of hurting it. The truth about this next veggie might shock you even more.
Cabbage is the second vegetable that people over 60 should pay close attention to. This might sound strange at first because cabbage has long been thought of as a healthy, natural vegetable full of vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants. Cabbage is a common ingredient in soups, salads, and cooked meals. For younger adults, it might be a good supplement to their diet. But as we get older, our stomach and metabolism start to change in small but crucial ways. What used to feel light and easy to digest can suddenly make you feel bad. Experts at the Mayo Clinic say that cruciferous vegetables like cabbage have complex carbohydrates that the digestive system has a harder time breaking down as we get older. You might feel bloated, uncomfortable, or particularly slow for the next few hours after eating a meal that appeared completely nutritious. A lot of older people think this is just a normal aspect of becoming older, but in certain circumstances, the foods themselves may be having a bigger effect than they thought. To understand why cabbage can cause these problems for certain people over 60, it's helpful to look at how the digestive tract changes as we get older. As we become older, our bodies naturally make less digestive enzymes, and the gut microbiome, which is the group of good bacteria in our intestines, also changes. Harvard School of Public Health cites research that says these changes can change how the body breaks down some fibers and carbs. Raffinose is a natural sugar found in cabbage. Raffinose is not harmful to most people, but it needs certain gut flora to break it down correctly. When the body doesn't have enough of certain bacteria, it makes too much gas in the intestines during digestion. The result is bloating, pressure in the stomach, and occasionally even stomach pain that lasts long after the meal is over. Picture waking up the next morning feeling a little heavier and more tired than normal, not knowing that the dinner you had the night before might have made you feel that way. At first, digestive problems may not seem like a big deal, but over time they can affect your health and energy levels every day. A lot of older people stop eating altogether when they think their stomach may hurt afterward, which can make it harder for them to acquire the nutrients they need. Harvard Medical School cites nutrition experts who say that ongoing digestive problems can make it harder for the body to absorb nutrients, especially when the body is already getting used to the changes that come with getting older. This means that seniors' bodies may not be able to absorb nutrients as well as they used to, even when they strive to eat healthy foods. Think about how you might feel low on energy even when you're eating healthy foods because your digestive system isn't working right. But that's not the whole tale. There is another less well-known reason why some older persons, especially those with thyroid sensitivity, may not want to eat a lot of cabbage. Goitrogens are chemicals that are found in cruciferous plants, which are a group of vegetables that includes cabbage. When eaten in excessive amounts, these chemicals might make it hard for the thyroid gland to use iodine properly. The thyroid is very important for controlling metabolism, body temperature, and energy production. The Mayo Clinic says that those with thyroid problems may need to cut back on how much of some raw cruciferous veggies they eat so that their thyroid doesn't stop working. Imagine waking up every day feeling a little more tired, your body colder than usual, and your metabolism slower than it used to be. People frequently blame these changes on getting older, but occasionally the way you eat might also affect how well your thyroid works. Another intriguing thing is how cabbage impacts inflammation in the digestive system. Cabbage has good antioxidants, but it also has a lot of fiber, which might upset sensitive stomachs if you eat much of it. As people get older, their intestinal lining becomes more sensitive, and this extra fiber can occasionally cause discomfort or mild inflammation. Harvard researchers said that persons over 60 need to pay special attention to how much fiber they eat. Not getting enough fiber can make you constipated, while getting too much from some sources might make you feel bloated and uncomfortable. To be healthy as you get older, you need to eat a variety of fiber-rich foods instead of just one vegetable. Stop for a moment and think about what you eat every week. How often do you eat cabbage?
It might be a traditional soup, a coleslaw salad, or a prepared side dish that everyone in the family loves. It's fine to eat cabbage every now and again, especially when it's prepared well and served with other vegetables. Cooking cabbage lightly can actually make it a lot easier to digest because of its inherent sugars. But for certain seniors who already have digestive problems or thyroid issues, eating a lot of food often, especially raw cabbage, may not be the best choice. A lot of folks don't hear this senior health tip until they start having symptoms themselves. Instead, think about eating a different mix of veggies every day of the week. This will give your digestive system a balanced mix of nutrients without overwhelming it with too much of any one type. You might like broccoli one day, carrots the next, sweet potatoes the next, or zucchini the next. This variety helps keep your gut healthy, your metabolism in check, and your energy levels stable all day. Harvard researchers used a 2023 study on nutritional diversity to show that older people who eat a greater variety of vegetables had better intestinal stability and nutrient absorption than those who eat the same meals over and over. That suggests that adding basic variation to your life could be one of the easiest ways for those over 60 to look younger. But cabbage isn't the only food that could cause problems for certain older people. The next one on our list is even more shocking because it is typically used in healthful Mediterranean style and vegetarian meals. But for some people over 60, it may gradually make their joints stiff or inflamed, especially if they already have arthritis or trouble moving. Imagine finding out that a diet you thought was good for your health might be making your knees or hips stiffer. We'll talk about this third vegetable in the next part and look at the science behind how it might affect joint inflammation, mobility, and comfort in older folks. And even more crucially, we'll show you which vegetables specialists say are better for your joints, circulation, and energy levels after age 60. The next discovery could completely shift how you see your dinner plate.
Eggplant is the third vegetable that seniors should be careful with. Now let's talk about eggplant, the third vegetable that folks over 60 would need to be more conscious of. Eggplant looks like a great food to add to a balanced diet at first glance. It can be found in Mediterranean foods, vegetarian dinners, and many recipes that are said to be good for the heart. It has fiber, antioxidants, and other vital nutrients that younger people usually handle very well. But as people get older, several substances in eggplant can affect some seniors differently, especially those who already have joint pain, inflammation, or stiffness from arthritis. Harvard Medical School and the Arthritis Foundation say that eggplant is a nightshade vegetable. Most people can eat nightshades without any problems. However, other people seem to get more inflammation or joint pain when they eat them a lot. Think about how your knees could feel a little stiffer than usual when you wake up in the morning, how your fingers might take longer to loosen up, or how your hips might feel tight after sitting for a while. A lot of older people think these changes are just a regular part of getting older, but in certain situations, what they eat may have a modest effect on how their joints feel from day to day. To understand why eggplant might make some people feel this way, it's helpful to look at the natural chemicals in nightshade plants. Alkaloids, such as solanine, are found in eggplants. These substances that plants make on their own protect them against pests, but they can also cause minor inflammatory responses in people who are susceptible to them. Nutritional specialists from Harvard School of Public Health have looked into study abstracts that show that some patients with arthritis or inflammation caused by an autoimmune disease feel better when they cut back on nightshade vegetables for a short time. This doesn't indicate that eggplant is bad for everyone, but it does show how people's reactions to foods can alter over time. Think of the body as a complicated mechanism that gets more sensitive as it gets older. Foods that used to be neutral may now cause modest reactions that affect how comfortable, mobile, and energetic you feel. Joint health is very important after age 60, since being able to move around is intimately linked to being independent and having a good quality of life. Maintaining flexible, well-functioning joints is very important for being able to walk easily, climb stairs, carry groceries, and enjoy outdoor activities.
The American Heart Association and aging study from Harvard Medical School say that less physical activity because of joint discomfort might slowly cause circulation problems, muscle weakening, and lower energy levels. Think about a little bit of stiffness that makes it harder to move over time. Over time, not moving around as much makes muscles weaker, which puts even more stress on joints. This cycle can happen quietly, and not many people know how closely diet, inflammation, and lifestyle are connected. Another fascinating thing about eggplant is that nightshade foods may affect calcium balance and nerve sensitivity in some people. Although research in this domain is ongoing, certain nutritional studies cited by the Arthritis Foundation indicate that alkaloid chemicals may influence nerve signaling or inflammatory pathways in individuals who are already prone to joint sensitivity. Think of the joints as hinges that need to be well lubricated and not too inflamed to work well. If inflammation starts to rise, even a little, it can make those hinges feel tight or painful. For seniors in their 70s or 80s who want to stay active and flexible, cutting down on things that might cause inflammation can sometimes make a big impact. Take a time to think on your own life. Have you ever noticed that some foods appear to make your joints feel worse the next day? You might have eaten eggplant for dinner and then discovered that your knees or fingers were stiff the next morning. Not everyone will feel this way, but for those who do, paying attention to these small signs might help you learn how your body reacts to certain foods. One of the most important things doctors tell older people to do is to pay attention to how their bodies react instead of believing that every symptom is just a sign of getting older. As we talked about before with spinach and cabbage, it's also vital to stress that eggplant itself is not toxic. The idea is not to get rid of it totally, but to figure out how often it shows up in your diet and how your body reacts to it. For many older people, eating less eggplant, especially if they already have joint problems that cause inflammation, can help them figure out if it makes their symptoms worse. Think about doing a simple test on your own health. If you cut back on eggplant for a few weeks and find that your joints feel a little more flexible or less stiff, you may have found a useful indication about what your body requires. At the same time, swapping out items that could cause inflammation for vegetables that fight inflammation can make a big difference in your general health. Harvard researchers cited a 2023 review of anti-inflammatory nutrition that said diets high in antioxidant-rich veggies lower inflammatory indicators in older people by a lot. These changes are linked to better blood flow, less joint pain, and more steady energy levels throughout the day. Imagine waking up in the morning and feeling lighter, more flexible, and more eager to move than you did before. This is because your body is supporting your diet instead of making it feel bad. This leads us to the most hopeful aspect of our talk today. Avoiding or eating less of some vegetables is simply part of the plan. The real key to healthy living for seniors is in choosing vegetables that actively support circulation, cognitive function, and inflammation control. There are several vegetables that experts constantly identify as significant partners for longevity, mobility, and sustained vitality after 60. These vegetables include chemicals that help relax blood vessels, protect cells from aging damage, and lower the inflammation that contributes to joint stiffness. Imagine foods that not only fuel the body, but also help you move more freely, think more clearly, and keep the vitality needed to enjoy life with family and friends. In the next section, we will study 3 vegetables that experts from organizations like the American Heart Association and Harvard Medical School routinely recommend for older folks. These vegetables boost circulation, enhance nutrition absorption, and help maintain energy levels throughout the day. And the first one might be sitting in your kitchen right now without you realizing exactly how potent it can be for preserving energy, protecting your heart, and boosting anti-aging habits for 60+. Stay with me, because the next part contains vegetables that could genuinely impact how your body feels in the years ahead.
3 vegetables that older people should eat more of. Broccoli is the first vegetable that experts always say is good for seniors' health.
Researchers at Harvard and Johns Hopkins have studied sulforaphane, a strong compound found in broccoli, a lot because it has anti-inflammatory and cellular protection properties. Sulforaphane helps the body get rid of toxins by activating its natural detoxification enzymes. This helps the liver work better and lowers oxidative stress. This is especially important for older people because oxidative stress can lead to a number of age-related problems, such as heart disease and cognitive decline. Think about how changing what you eat at dinner could give your body a natural shield that quietly helps your cells every day. Carrots are another great vegetable for older people. Beta-carotene is found in carrots, and the body turns it into vitamin A. The Mayo Clinic says that vitamin A is very important for keeping our eyes and immune system healthy, both of which naturally become weaker as we get older. Imagine being able to read comfortably, drive safely, and see clearly for years longer than you thought possible. Over the years, those little choices about food add up. The American Heart Association cites studies that show that eating a lot of colorful vegetables like carrots may lower the risk of heart disease by keeping blood vessels healthy. Sweet potatoes are the third vegetable that should always be in seniors' diets. Sweet potatoes are different from regular white potatoes because they have strong antioxidants and a carbohydrate structure that releases energy slowly, which helps keep energy levels stable. Sweet potatoes don't cause blood sugar levels to go up and down quickly. Instead, they give the body steady energy all day long. Think about how great it would be to wake up in the morning feeling naturally energized instead of needing caffeine or sugary snacks to get through the day. Researchers at Harvard say that a 2023 nutritional analysis shows that adults over 60 who eat a lot of complex carbohydrates and fiber are less likely to become insulin-resistant and tired. Take a moment to think about the last few meals you ate. What vegetables showed up the most? Were they good for your health, or were they just doing it out of habit? These times of reflection are very important because being aware of your health is the first step to making it better for good. And in a moment, we'll share a bonus tip that many doctors quietly suggest for seniors who want to get the most out of these vegetables without spending hours in the kitchen. The easy habit that makes vegetables even better. How vegetables are cooked is one of the most important but often ignored tips for seniors' health. How you cook food has a big effect on how well your body absorbs nutrients. For instance, steaming vegetables lightly instead of boiling them can keep a lot more vitamins and antioxidants. Researchers at Harvard have found that boiling vegetables too long can cause water-soluble nutrients like vitamin C and B vitamins to leak into the cooking water, which makes them less healthy. Another strong strategy is to mix vegetables with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. A lot of vitamins like A, D, E, and K are fat-soluble. This means that the body absorbs them better when they are eaten with healthy fats. Imagine how easy it would be to make a simple vegetable dish full of nutrients by adding a little olive oil. These small changes can make a big difference in how well your body uses the nutrients you already eat. As we wrap up today's talk, keep in mind that healthy aging usually doesn't involve big changes. It's about making smart choices every day that help your body. The vegetables we talked about today aren't bad for you, but knowing how they impact your aging body can help you make better choices that keep your heart, energy, and independence safe. Imagine yourself 10 years from now, still walking with confidence, still thinking clearly, and still doing the things and being with the people you love most. The habits you choose today will shape the moments that come next. If you like these tips for seniors' health, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every week, we give seniors practical advice on morning routines, anti-aging routines for people over 60, and the best habits for seniors at home that help keep you healthy naturally. And before you go, let us know in the comments which of these vegetables surprised you the most today. Your experience could also help someone else get healthier. And don't forget that the next video you see could show you another easy habit that could make a big difference in your energy level after 60. Don't miss it.